Hello, this is Ollie Barston. I'd like to wish you a very warm welcome here to Visordown and to the latest video in our Top 10 series. It's been a busy year so far at Visordown Towers, or rather our work from home stations, bringing you our reviews of the new Kawasaki ZX10R and Suzuki Hayabusa, among others. But today we're going to take it down a notch for something a little more real world. We're talking A2 motorcycles, and while these more accessible motorcycles may not pack as big of a power punch as some, they do make big business cases for manufacturers. After all, not everyone needs to get from 0 to 60 in the blink of an eye. They need to get from A to B, get it, swiftly, comfortably and reliably. For this list, we have compiled the best A2 motorcycles on the market today that haven't had a bit of post-production tinkering. If you're a regular here, hello to you. But if you're new, then we'll be thrilled if you'd like and subscribe, because whether it's A2, 125, 1000, ADV, naked, sports bike or even trike, we have you covered for regular motorcycle video goodness. Now the formalities are out the way, here we go. While Austrian off-road specialists KTM made its name in off-road sport, its street supermoto cousins have also recently carved out a reputation for being the best of the breed. The 390 version is the most A2 relevant and maintains the tradition brilliantly. The 390 version is the most A2 relevant, and it maintains this tradition brilliantly. Updated to its current form in 2017, it's light and nimble, punchy with 44 brake horsepower, has a high spec with a classy TFT dash, LED headlight and quality WP suspension. Above all though, it's tremendous hooliganistic fun, especially around town and in short bursts. It might not suit larger riders or anyone wanting to ride more than 20 miles, but it's one of the most fun A2 bikes you can buy, and all at a reasonable cost. Once upon a time, a classy BMW motorcycle was out of reach for all but the most well-heeled, experienced of motorcyclists, but not anymore. The German Mark's novice-targeted G310 series was introduced in 2016, aimed specifically at first-time A2 riders, and it does a better than average job too. Built in cooperation with India's TVS Motors to keep costs down, the R is stylish, has a willing 313cc 34 brake horsepower single, is a doddle to ride and has enough BMW quality to satisfy even the most hardened fans. Better still, it was improved for 2021 to satisfy Euro 5 regulations with improved styling and a new LED headlight. In short, A2 roadsters don't get much classier than this. The Yamaha MT-03 is the naked version of its R3 Sportster twin. And like that bike, for 2020, it also received a significant update, making it one of the best, most stylish and better equipped of all the A2 qualifying roadsters. As with the R3, it comes with a willing 321cc twin-cylinder motor, which now produces a healthy, if less intimidating, 41 brake horsepower. The riding position has been altered slightly to deliver a more engaging ride, the suspension is improved, the styling completely overhauled to be more aggressive, and there's a new classic digital LCD dash. The result is one of the best, if not the best, all-round A2 roadster for its blend of style, fun, versatility and value. Just the thing, in fact, before you step up to an MT-07, MT-09 or MT-10. At least that's what we're thinking Yamaha wants you to do. What's better than an MT-03? Well, the Yamaha R3 may not be better, but it's only going to get you noticed more. If you're after a true MotoGP Sportster style and have aspirations to be the next Rossi, Vignales or Quartararo, A2 bikes don't become more authentic than a Yamaha R3. First introduced in 2015 with the naked roadster MT-03 version, following a year later, it was significantly updated and restyled in 2019, with the result now a more MotoGP replica than ever, without compromising its novice-friendly and versatile manners. At its heart, once again, is a free-revving yet reasonably flexible 41 brake horsepower parallel twin. It gives it a smooth character rival singles can't match. Fancy new inverted front forks along with revised ergonomics made the R3 feel sportier than before, while there's also a full LCD dash in the cockpit. Royal Enfield's new but British-developed 650cc retro twins, the Interceptor and Continental GT, have received glowing reviews since their eagerly anticipated introduction a few years ago, and it's not hard to see why. Both are retro-style, novice-friendly roadsters in a similar vein to Triumph's all-conquering Bonneville family. But whereas the cheapest Triumph starts at around £8,000, the Roadster Interceptor and Cafe Racer Continental start at a hugely tempting $5,500, and being 47 brake horsepower is A2 compliant right on the cusp. Admittedly, neither is quite as sophisticated, slick or as solid as their Hinckley rivals, but at that price it hardly matters. They're good looking, have the right name on the tank, are genuine air-cooled retro twins, easy to ride, handle well enough, and would just about top the ton too. If you're after an A2 compliant retro, nothing really comes close. One of the newer A2 compliant machines on the market, the KTM 390 Adventure is the Austrian off-road and adventure bike specialist's smallest adventure machine so far. But being based on the same punchy 390cc single that's so admired in its Duke Supermoto and RC390 Sportster. Being a true dual-purpose machine, it has long travel suspension, a big 19-inch dirt front wheel, and a fairly high seat so it suits larger riders than the Duke. But it's also slim and light enough to not be too intimidating for novices. Unlike some adventure-style A2 bikes such as Honda's CB500X, it's also genuinely capable in the dirt, making it one of the most versatile of all A2 class bikes. Honda's purpose-built A2 family of 500cc twins have been one of the success stories of the A2 class. 3 bikes were introduced initially: the F Roadster, the X Adventure Style bike, and the Sportster R, all based around the same willing 47 brake horsepower, 471 parallel twin motor. The X here, being the roomiest and most upright, was always the one that suited taller riders best, yet being half-faired, was comfortable and versatile as well. A thorough update in 2019 with a larger 19-inch front wheel and more ground clearance, not to mention a stylish refresh and a new dash, enhanced its adventure looks without compromising its easy all-round manners. The CB500X is accessible and easy, is truly all-day versatile, its smooth, effective engine is probably the best in the category, and it's now classier than ever. It's no wonder it's so popular. There's no denying the evergreen allure of a Ninja. Kawasaki sports bikes have always had an edginess few others can match, while in racing its ZX-10R has been the undisputed king of world superbikes for the best part of a decade. That stature has washed down to Kawasaki's smaller Ninjas too, and the latest 400 is no different. With sharp, fresh mini ZX-10R styling and an eager, flexible power delivery peaking at 44 brake horsepower, sharp but easy handling and plenty of quality touches, it's unquestionably one of the best sports machines in the A2 class. Honda's CBR may have a touch more oomph and versatility, Yamaha's R3 closer to MotoGP styling, but the Ninja retains that Kawasaki edge others just can't match. Traditional trail bikes, machines that are genuinely dual purpose in being capable both ridden off the road and on the road, are few and far between these days compared to their popular heyday in the 70s and 80s, but is one that's definitely still worth a mention here. Honda CRF250L, as introduced in 2012, is in the classic trail bike mould by being a lightweight single-cylinder 250cc mud plugger. It qualifies for A2 by producing just 23 brake horsepower, yet is also a full-size machine that's easy to ride, suits larger riders, and is great around town as well as being able to go off-road. Sure, we wouldn't fancy it much on the motorways, but the fared rally-style version covers that. Better still, both 250s are being updated and enlarged for 2021 to become the CRF300L and Rally, respectively, with power now up to 27 brake horsepower. Honda has a long history of making sports bikes that are also brilliant all-rounders, and its A2 license-compliant CBR500R is the latest example. It's based around the same brilliant, easygoing, flexible, yet also fun and fast 500cc twin, to give a sense of a full-size sports machine. First launched in 2014, the 47 brake horsepower easy-handling CBR was good fresh out of the box, with only the criticism being a slightly basic spec and rather dowdy styling. Both have been updated since, with the latest refresh bringing more mini fireblade styling, LED lights, carbon effect infill panels, and sharper, more engaging handling to go with its already peerless rideability. If you want a sports-style A2 bike, the CBR may not be the cheapest, but it's the best, most proven, and now looks as sharp as the rest too.